Napoleon Hill once asked Andrew Carnegie, what were the keys to your success? Keep in mind, everyone, this conversation and him asking Andrew Carnegie this took place in the early 1900s. People, this is well over 100 years ago. Andrew Carnegie, at that time, the wealthiest person in the entire world, says this: the keys to my success were in the form of self discipline and constructive habits. Wow. The keys to my success were in the form of self discipline and constructive habits. This is why I believe this: consistency, and I mean radical amounts of consistency, requires you all to take massive, and I mean massive amounts of action. There are no hacks, there are no silver bullets, there are no quick fixes. It's going to require consistency, consistently doing the right things right, even when you don't feel like it. And recently I came across a saying that I'm going to share with you. It's courtesy of the Farnam Street website. Farnam, Farnam, Farnam Street website. Check this out. Please follow along with me on this one. Anyone can do it once. The best do it consistently. Anyone can order a healthy meal once. Anyone can get up early to work out once. Anyone can save more than they earned for a month. Anyone can take their partner out on a date once. Anyone can write a page. Anyone can focus on one thing for an hour. Most people can't do it consistently because they want instant gratification. They want to see the results right now. Just because the results aren't immediately visible doesn't mean they are not accumulating. Ordinary moments compound over weeks and months into extraordinary results. Consistently boring days make for extraordinary decades. And what I want us to think about, and by the way, thank you for hanging out with me this week, is when it comes to building trust in your client relationships and how y'all prospect for new business, where does consistency sit with each and every one of you? Because quite simply, it's this: consistent action creates consistent results. Consistency is and I mean the key component and one massive driver for your success. But becoming consistent means you got to commit to dedicating yourself to your goals and staying focused on the things and activities in order to achieve them, even in times where you just don't feel like doing them. It's going to require a long-term commitment and sustained effort in your actions repeatedly until you achieve your end result. Quite simply this, everyone: consistency. Consistency is the difference between success and failure. And in Craig Rochelle's book, it's a great book. He talked. It's titled "The Power to Change: Mastering the Habits That Matter Most." He goes on to say this: successful people are not lucky; they're consistent. And successful people start and maintain the right habits, and they keep doing them. That's why I believe there's no secret hack, there's no quick tip, there's no trick, there's no shortcut to success. And again, Craig Rochelle goes on to say this: successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally. That's why, here at Selling from the Heart, I'm a big believer in this: sales professionals do the things that sales reps find excuses for. Consistency, consistently doing the right things right, again, even when you don't feel like doing them. So, what I'd like for us to think about this week is consistency breeds predictability. Consistency breeds predictability. And that means consistently doing the things, even if they feel uncomfortable, even if you don't feel like doing them. But how many of us have done this? And let's just face it, it all happens. How many of us say, hey, I'm going to start prospecting today, but you put it off till tomorrow? How many of us say this: I'm going to promise to start practicing my craft of sales, but you fail to start? How many of you say this: today I'm going to promise myself I'm going to take better care of my clients, but then you look for excuses to do not what you promised them you would do. Being consistent in sales builds trust. Consistency is mission critical. It is mission critical, especially in these challenging times when people crave certainty and reassurance. So, as I leave you to think about it this week, I want you all to stop and think about the following. And it's all around consistency. Consistency is the foundation for long term sales sustainability. Consistency builds self confidence. Consistency opens the sales door to new opportunities. And consistency helps you to develop new habits. So, here's what I want us all to think about this week. How can you make any real changes in your sales life, improve your sales life, or make any consistent progress if you're always lying to yourself? And I know that might be a difficult message, and I'm not here to cast a shadow of a doubt or disrespect anyone. I just want us all to collectively think. Consistency is the game changer in an inconsistent world. Together, let's bring this to the forefront as each and every one of us bring the message around selling from the heart out into the sales community. It's time we all stand up, rise up, and say, no more empty suits. Because I do know this. Your clients and your future clients would rather connect to and do business with a sales professional who sells from the heart as opposed to one who is an empty suit. You all have an amazing, amazing week. Take care.